Good evening. My name's Barbara Gray from Clarity here in the UK. Welcome to the SHAC. It's 7 o'clock on Thursday evening. It is nice and scorchio outside, but the sun's going down slowly. You can imagine under the roof here, it's quite warm. So I'm hoping that our darling Grace from Brooklyn is in the room with us. She's going to be answering some questions, I'm sure. And we'll just let our friends find us. And tonight we're going to travel gently. If you don't mind, I've got to park the bus for an evening because it's just, I can't keep this up, friends. You know, and I know that I'm among friends, so it's okay if we just stop for a minute. We don't have to doodle tonight, do we? I'm too hot, love. I'm way too hot. And so, I've been scrambling all day. And good evening, Jane. Good evening, everybody. And Grace is there as well. And the sound is great. Good. And today, you know, I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. Dave was already at work because we're just scrambling at the moment, trying to keep everything going. And it's fine. Because, of course, we've got the retreats next week. Hey, Ken, nice to see you. And yeah, so there's a lot to prepare, you know, and I was just I got up really early and I had to put the finishing touches to all the paperwork and the booklets and the artwork and because everything hinges on that, you know. So I did that early this morning. Hi, Deb, nice to see you. And then I got on with the what was I doing then? Oh yeah, because I'm away next week doing the retreats all week, which is very exciting. I hope you're coming. I had to get ahead of myself on a few things, like, for example, the club projects. So I did them yesterday and then I was writing them up. But it takes time, that stuff, you know. So but it was really nice today because a lot of people received last month's clubs. Obviously, I'm way ahead of the game here. And a lot of people received last month's. Just before I came upstairs, I saw the nicest message on Facebook. I was just checking that everything was in order. And I saw the nicest endorsement, if you like, on Facebook from a customer. And she said something to the effect of, if you're thinking about joining the Clarity clubs, then this latest stamp set must be the trigger or the reason why, you know. And she just said she really loved the stamp set. And I thought, I know, I liked it too. I got a lovely card from another customer using the same stamp set. So I'm going to show you, because, you know, I've said this a lot of times to you. The clubs are what keep us going, and the club members are, it's so important. The subscriptions are the linchpin of our business, you know. And so it's so important that people stay in the club and join the club. And we've been, for the last few months, we've been trying to improve and improve and improve, so that what you're getting for your monthly subscription is improving and improving and getting better and better. And one of the things that we started doing is, you know, it's, if you compare what you used to get, say, a year ago with now, if I show you just the stamp set alone, right, from last month, you can see you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beautiful stamps. Let me show you if I put them on so this was last month's offering. Really nice. Look, aren't they nice? You see, so you're getting a larger area now, more stamps, more bang for your buck, more, you know, just in general. I mean, to join the stamp club, it's nominal, really. I think it's £7 a month for, let's say, the stamp club, or the Groovy Club, or the Stencil Club, and that includes beautiful double page like a booklet with projects, double projects, and then of course you get the material to do the projects. You are, if you're in a club member, then of course if you're in one club you get 10% discount on all purchases. If you're in 2 clubs it's 12.5%. If you're in 3 clubs it's 15%, you know, so you're getting a lot of bang for your buck there. And I was so delighted because so much work goes into those clubs, whether there are 50 people in the stamp club or 500 people or 2,000 people, the work is still the same for us, really. You understand? There's a lot of work goes into this stuff. And so I'm so chuffed when I see on Facebook, and I got this really lovely card from a customer too, which I thought was so nice. And she used this set. And this came in the post a couple of days ago. Hello, Barbara. Just a little thank you for the beautiful club stamps this month. I took them straight from the envelope and made a stamped one-sheet wonder and chopped it up to make this and 3 other cards. I hope you like my efforts. Best wishes, Jackie Elliott. Isn't that gorgeous? Just stamped, 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 stamped. Absolutely beautiful, Jackie. But what's even lovelier for me, I mean, I've got a lovely card and it's been in the kitchen and now I'm going to put it in here. But it's the endorsement, it's the pat on the back. And to the lady who put her card on Facebook using these as well, if you saw it, isn't that great? You know, I really love that. I love that. And that spurs me on. And Jane and Linda and I, between us, we do all the projects. And I do the stamp and the stencil. Jane does all 3. And then Linda does the groovy one as well. So, you know, there's a lot of work goes into this. Jane, she's, like I say, she does all 3 projects. But when you get a pat on the back and you see somebody's taken your idea and run with it, so they like the project so much they want to emulate it. I saw, again, this afternoon, somebody liked what I'd done with the stencil last month. And I looked at it, I thought, oh, that looks familiar. You know, and it's so lovely that people are taking on board what Jane and Linda and I are showing them, and then posting it, you know, and carrying the message, you know. So it really is quite something to feel appreciated. And I'm going to show you because this is a real simple, well, I say simple. I'm going to show you this month's stamp set that I was working with. Okay, so this is so cool, right? Very different. Again, fabulous little stamp set. Look, so you've got the triangle person, you've got these 6 so useful stamps, and then you've got this great big bold think happy thoughts, which I think is absolutely a perfect sentiment, you know. So we've got think happy thoughts, we've got the little girl with the balloon. I mean, so many uses for this particular. And so I did the project. Obviously, Jane does a project, I do a project. Then we have this little group on Facebook, and then we show what we've done, right? Because we all like a pat on the back. And apart from that, we need to let each other know what we're doing so that we can kind of synchronize a bit. You know, we don't want to repeat each other, you know, the same thing, but we want to make it look like it belongs together. So my offering this month, and I'm only going to show you the technique, so it's something to consider. Watch this. So there's the happy, right? There, it's all one stamp. The happy is there, but how did she do it in all these different colors? Right. If you're in the club, then you're going to find out as soon as that club is sent to you. There you go. So it's not just straightforward. I didn't just black and bosh, you know. That was quite a complex process, actually. Yeah, it was. Once you figure it out, it's like, okay, obvious. But lots of masking, lots of lining up, but it was fun to do. And once I did it the second time, it was really easy. I had to do it twice because when I did it the first time, I was so engrossed in the project. I'm so stupid sometimes. I was so engrossed in the project. I'm supposed to be taking step-by-step photographs, aren't I, for the booklet? That's the whole idea. Education, step-by-step photos, right? I was so engrossed in what I was doing that I forgot to take really important photographs of this. Stupid. So I thought, do I really have? Yes, I do. So I had to do it again. So I took the photographs at the right point. I know, sometimes. Anyway, so that's next month's offering. I think if you're not in the club, you should give it a whirl. You've got the Stamp Club, the Stencil Club. I love the Stencil Club. And the Groovy Club. Linda Williams designs a groovy plate every single month for your pleasure. And then she makes the beautiful project, and so does Jane. So there you go. I usually end up with 2 identical cards, says Jane. So that's my excuse today. I was scrambling to do that, scrambling to get the booklets ready. And then it got to about 5 o'clock this evening. I thought, do you know, because it's the retreats next week, also, we're not going to have the SHAC on Monday or Thursday, and then the following Monday's bank holiday. So I thought, well, there's no point in starting our beautiful Hopi Indian dancers and kachinas this evening, because by 2 weeks from now, you won't remember what we did. So I thought, nope, park the bus up tonight, have a chat, have a cup of tea. Oh, I know what I've got to tell you. This is so exciting. Right. This is what I'm going to do this evening. Okay. I'm going to, first things first. Okay. So I get a phone call from Gracie, she that's in the room. And she says, I've got some good news, Mum. We love to hear good news from our children, don't we? So I said, go on then. And well, what was lovely was that I was the first person she wanted to tell. She says, I've been given my first award. My first award. I said, really? She was squealing on the phone, right? She said, yeah, for her audible reading. Okay. I said, well, that doesn't surprise me, Grace. That's amazing. Congratulations. It doesn't surprise me. She goes, yeah, but guess which book? I said, well, if you tell me what the award was for, I bet I'll guess which book. So she says to me, first of all, the award is the Audiophile Earphones Award, which is quite prestigious. Okay. And she told me some names of other winners. These are famous people. Famous people. I knew the names, you know. I said, hey, Grace, you're in another room now, girl. Right? That's exciting. What's her name? Julianne Moore. She's a winner next to Grace. I know. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I said to her, because she's done loads of these books now, and they just get better and better and better. So I said, what was the award for? She said, best accents, all the different dialects, right? I said, well, in that case, it must have been for the latest one, the one with the Germans and the French, and then the guy that you did he was from the Deep South. And you could tell that he was. And you could tell that he was black. He was definitely black, and he was from the Deep South. Just from Grace's voice, you just knew. She just gave him such an amazing personality. I know, right? So can I read you? Can I read you, please? I know this is indulgent, but I'm going to do this. Earphones Award winner, right? It's called A Resistance of Witches, the book. I was talking about it last week. And I've only just finished reading it. And it was quite, it was about Nazi Germany and about the resistance movement in France and about an English witch, a young girl. And it's quite, I told you, it was quite harrowing in parts, you know, but I just loved the story. Fantastic. And the author is Morgan Ryan. Morgan Ryan. Yeah, good. Anyway, so Grace got the award for this one. And so this is what it says. Grace Gray narrates this World War II historical fantasy from the perspectives of 3 characters. Lydia Polk, a British woman who recently graduated from the Royal Academy of Witches, Rebecca Gagne, a Jewish resistance fighter in France, and Henry Boudreau, a Haitian American art historian with a little magic of his own. Lydia must enlist the help of Rebecca and Henry to obtain dark magic grimoire, that's a book, capable of mass destruction before a coven of Nazi witches claims it. Gray, our Grace, is an absolute master of accents. She accurately portrays Lydia with the voice of an educated Londoner, Rebecca with the accent of a native French speaker, and various characters with German accents, to name a few. Henry's voice, in particular, is striking. I thought that too. Gray ensures that he sounds male, yet mild-mannered, and she portrays the character's Black New Orleans identity in a respectful way. SS winner of Audiophile Earphones Awards. Isn't that exciting? I know. Shout out. So there you go. Well done, Gracie. And so she read this out to me. Now she sent it to me because I asked for it because I wanted to read it to you. And she said she was so excited. And so am I, because it's brilliant. She worked so hard. And do you know what? This particular book, if I'm allowed to say so, this was a real strenuous one. And Grace and I, we talk pretty much every day. You know, we do. We just have that relationship. And even though she lives so far away, we talk every day. And during that particular book, every day I could feel it was weighing her down. And I think a lot of it was she was unsure about the accents, right? She was unsure about the accents. And I said, well, but Grace, you're brilliant, you know. And she said, I'm struggling with the German one and so on. So then, of course, my mum is German, isn't she? Oma is German. So then every time I spoke to her, I said, really, Grace, you just need to listen to lots more. If you listen to your grandmother or you listen to me now, then you will know exactly how to speak German. And then she goes, go on, Mum, just keep giving it to me, immerse me in it. I said, I will do that because I have been listening to that accent now for all my life, 66 years. And so we started talking like that. And she said, do you know what? I think you should do it, Mum. I said, no, you're good at this, Grace. You've got this. But she was really apprehensive about her own abilities, you know, because... So then she said, but the French, Mum, the French. And I said, well, the French, they clip their words. And if you just remember, it is like a German, but they clip the end of the word, like so. And they are more singing when they speak. And so then we started talking French. So then I was sending her little messages. I love you. Je t'aime. And so the whole week we were going like this, you know. And we got through it. And I say she got through it, you know. And with a lot of support from here, from her partner, from the directors in the building, but I know that it was a real strain for her, this one. So for her to win the award based on the one that really, really freaked her out, that was quite something, you know. And I know that if all else fails, I'm going to audition. Grace says, you got the job. I know. I am that person. Yeah. No, the in French. The. It's all the. Yeah. I know. I remember. So there you go. It's very exciting. It's her first award. And I reckon that there'll be many more to come. So there you go. And the thing is that success builds on that, doesn't it? So congratulations, Grace, from everybody at Clarity. That's what I want to say. Now, tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning, we're pitching something completely new. And we decided it was time to get personal again. So what I mean by that is we're going to show, we've designed, Jazz and the team and myself, we designed a collection of, this is talk about flying by the seat of your pants. We decided that we're going to make some personal stamps, because the thing about custom stamps or personal stamps, very few companies can do that. We can, because of course we own the rails. We design, we make, we package, we do it all in-house, don't we? So I said, well, let's do that then, and let's do it in good time for Christmas, so that our friends, when they're making things to sell, when they're getting their Christmas cards and their Christmas gifts ready, they've got different backs, you know, different signatures, not signatures, but different designs for the backs of their cards and their gift tags and so on and so on. So we were thinking about how to do this. Now, up until now, we've always done it manually or mechanically, because we had to do it through telly. And because we did it through Hochanda or Create and Craft or any of those cowboys, what we ended up having to do was always do a no carbon required, so that then we could send, you know, it was all that. Anyway, now, of course, we can do it directly. So we can do it, did I just call them cowboys? Yes, I did. So that we can do it directly on the website. Enter Jim. So Jim spent a few days working out how you can now just simply type in what you want it to say, and we get the order, and Bob's your uncle. And there's none of this having to fill out a form and all that jazz, right? So we've done it a little bit differently this time, which I'm really glad about. So let me show you the stamps. There are two different designs. I'm going to explain it to you. We'll explain it again at 10 o'clock in the morning, but I want to explain it to my mates, right? Because it's easier like this. For me, this is a lot more relaxed. Okay, so there are two different sets. There's one set, let's call them seasonal garlands. Okay, so you've got a set of seasonal garlands. The seasonal garlands, they decorate your name. Okay, I mean, your name is separate, so you could decorate it with anything. So all your existing, if you still like your other personalized stamps that you've got from us, you can interchange them now. We're just adding another 4 really nice floral garlands. They're seasonal though, so one's a bit Christmassy, one's spring and roses, and so on and so on. Great all year round stamps, right? The other one is really cute Christmas, like real cute, like the little penguins and, you know, that, all that jazz. So here are the two stamps sets, and I'll show you what I mean. Right, so we've got the two stamp sets. Now let's go to this one first, so you can see what I'm talking about. So we've got the 4 different spring, summer, autumn, winter, for example, here. We've got 4 different floral garlands. You can see them, I think. Then up here, right, now we've evolved this, right? We've got crafted by, and there's my name, Barbara Gray. So that'll be your name. Made with love by Barbara Gray, handmade by Barbara Gray, designed by Barbara Gray. Right, okay. So the reason we didn't just give the name, and then because I'm a stamper, and I know that one line stamps like Barbara Gray, it's a bit wobbly. If you put crafted by Barbara Gray, crafted by Lillian Tilly, crafted by Ken Kilminster, made by, you know what I mean? When you've got a 2-liner, immediately it's like having a built-in anti-wobble device. The stamps are better, the lineup is better, it's exactly positioned, etc., etc. So Jazz and Jim and I and Paul, all the team, we were talking about this most of the week. So that's why we've doubled up. And instead of just giving you your name once, we've given you your name 4 times with different options. So that way you haven't got to marry them up, because then you've got the wobbly thing going on, right? So then we've made our prototypes, right? I've got my set, Paul's got his, Jilly's got hers. I look at Jilly's, I say, hang on, Jilly, how come I've got Made with Love by Barbara Gray? Right, I've got 4 of the same, which is what we said we would do. And Jilly's got Made with Love by Jilly Kiss Kiss Kiss. She's got Jilly Clifton, Jilly Clifton, Jilly Clifton, Jilly Kiss Kiss Kiss. And she said, oh, well, I was in the room when Jazz was laying them up ready for the prototypes. And I asked her if I could have Made with Love by Jilly Kiss Kiss Kiss. I said, oh, did you? I thought, what a good idea. So I said, okay, all right. So I got in the car outside in the hot car. I sat outside the office. I said, bye, everyone. Bye. See you tomorrow. Toodle pip. I sat in the car and I thought, I would have wanted that too. I would have wanted Made with Love by Barb. Kiss, kiss, kiss. So, right, I thought, well, if I wanted it and Jilly wanted it, so did you. so back upstairs, I say, hello. Paul goes, good morning. You're back early. So I go back upstairs. I say, Jim, I have a challenge for you. Because I said, Made with Love by Barbara Gray. I would really like that particular one to be more personal because I think it's more affectionate. And I'd like it to say, Made with Love by Barb. Kiss, kiss, kiss. So he said, well, he got, it's a challenge. He's the back ender of the website. He goes, well, let me see if that's possible. So I said, well, everything's possible, Jim. So I said, what I want it to do is I want our customers to be able to go to the website, put in their name, like I'm going to use you, Ken Kilminster, right? And then where it says Made with Love by, that's another box. And in that box, the point is, maybe he just wants to drop the Kilminster. Maybe he just wants to say Made with Love by Ken. Kiss, kiss, kiss. You see, maybe he wants to say Made with Love by Grandad. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Yeah. That's the one where you've got a little bit of affectionate, personal flexibility. Okay. Anyway, so I waited while Jim worked it out, and he did, of course, right? And it's really cool. So now when you go to the website, you have to fill both in, right? But I honestly feel that Made with Love by, it lends itself to a more personal name. Maybe you've got a nickname. Maybe you just want to drop your surname. Maybe, whatever you want to put. You've got 24 opportunities. And I said to Jazz, because it's Jazz that's going to be laying up all the, I said, can you do that easily? She said, yeah, that's not a problem. She said, I don't want to do all 4 of them. I said, you're not going to do. I said, 3 will be the same. The 1 will be the variable. And our customers have to enter, even if Ken wants it to say Made with Love by Ken Kilminster, he still has to put that in the Made with Love by box. Other than that, it will be fine. How's that sound? Grandpa. Sorry, Grandpa. So, and mine, right? So that was it. So I got in the car, sat in the car, had to think. Yeah. Is there a limit to the number of letters? Our friend Deirdre Frondigon. Oh, yeah. Okay. The club leaves. Right. 24 letters in a line. 24 letters per line. DEIRDRE gap FROND easy. Easy. 24. That's why on the website we picked the longest word, that your double barrel Elizabeth something. We picked such a long name, so no problem at all. And on the Made with Love by, it's just a 1-liner. On the other ones, you can have 2 lines. Look, I'll show you what I mean. Let's say, for example, here, but it's going to say the same thing on that one, and that one. So it could say, crafted by Barbara Gray, and then my mobile number. It could say, crafted by Barbara Gray, and then it could say barbara@claritystamp.com. Barbara@claritystamp.com. These 3 are going to be the same. That's your variable. Okay? Just saying. And then these 4 are just beautiful. Right, so that's the first one. And the price is brilliant. What did we say the price was on this? It's on the website already. We've already pitched them. We've already put them on the website for early birds. Is it £25? Something like that. It's really good. Really good for 4 custom stamps. Very good indeed, actually. I think it's that anyway. Now, let me see. Next thing, the cute Christmassy ones. Right, different font, different typeface. Now, bearing in mind, okay, I'll put my hand over this. Scrap all that. That means you've got a variable there. You've got a variable there. You could have a different one in that one. If you decided to get both, right, you can change this. So you could have 8 different things going on here, couldn't you? If you want, well, 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 here, and then 2 there. But all different, okay? And then we've got these really cute little, yeah, haven't even met him yet. So I've been drawing him. He is so cool. Let me see if I can show you him up close. Coming to a home near you soon. This little fella. There's a whole family of them that we've developed. I drew them all, and they are beautiful. And I won't tell you his name quite yet, because that's for another day. But he is a little Clarity character that's going to be very well loved, that little bear. So you can see here we've got, and what we did was we kind of left it. So I only got these stamps about an hour before I came home. Let me see where this is my prep for tomorrow I'm showing you now. Where's my Bit the Bear? Look, see? So you see how you could take that one, stick that on top of the gun. Doesn't that look sharp? Hey, that one's all set, ready. Same stamp on mount board, but this is me prepping for tomorrow, ready to be coloured in. And I'll show you how to get that lovely black edge. What else we got? Oh, look. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that tomorrow. This is so cool. So all I've done, see, I love all this. So you got our little girl, got that, and I'll show you how to do these bits. I just went for it, really. I thought that was quite nice. There's a little tag. I'll show you how to make tags with even corners out of a square one, like that. I went back to the rose on that one, and you know what card I've used for that, don't you? Those little cards there. So this is where all your scraps come in handy, right? Really cool. Support us on this, because I think you're going to get a lot of mileage out of these. Quite aside from the custom ones will go with anything else you've got. The garlands will go with any other messages you've got, as will these, as will those. So that's why we kind of kept them separate like this, because I thought they'd be really useful like this. Okay, Gracie, are they £25 a pack? £25. How long are we wait? How long did we say we'll turn them round? But that's it. You're going to get the whole set like that. So you won't just get your little, you get the whole thing. When we make this for you. When we make this, it's your stamp set. So yeah, that's pretty special as well. It's not that we've made the garlands and the cutie Christmas stuff separately and then we just send you that. There you go, $24.99 plus your club discount. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that we said that we would apply double. I'm pretty sure that we said we'd apply double points to this. Yeah, we do get carried away, but I bet we said we'll get double points. The points, don't get impatient, they get added when we send it back to you. You know, one of the best things about this now, being able to do it directly online, is that literally when you order your stamps, when you order them, you can't pass go without telling us what you want it to say. So that means there's none of this, you give us the money, we send you a box, and then you forget that you have to send the form back in. There are still outstanding custom stamps from 5 years ago where people just never bothered sending them back in. I know. So this is this is progress, friends, right? So there's my little prep box. So between that and Grace's Très Fantastique award, you know, you can understand why I didn't want to draw Kachinas tonight. Oh, and tomorrow morning as well, more good news. We started a section on the website called I Am Essential. I am essential. You are essential. No, what I mean is I am essential. And I consider these to be essential. So we're starting an I Am Essential range. Isn't that lovely? If you see that in the top right-hand corner, then you know it has the Barbara Gray endorsement. It is essential. It is essential that you have it. We designed, I say we, Jazz designed these stickers, which we love, the birthday and Christmas stickers. Right, we love these. I use them all the time. I just think they are dynamite. Thing is, they just look right on everything you do, these ones. They're like the wood print ones, the block print ones. But these are particularly beautiful. I just see if I've got them, if I've got some open. So I've got them everywhere. They're all over the place, except open here. I don't want to open another packet though. It's all right. You know what they look like. So this is the packet of stickers. It's all right. They're in a box because I'm going to use them in the demonstration, but I can't see them off the top of my head. It's in a box going to the retreats. That's what it is. With everything else, I've packed the entire everything but the kitchen sink this last week. Right. So, but these are brilliant. The only thing I find is with stickers, sometimes the bigger stickers, if you're using them, I don't like that they cover up some of the beautiful artwork. You know, sometimes that's where those rub-on transfers are really cool. What's really cool is when we take the stickers and we create a selection of stamps with them. That's why I said these are essential. So what we've done is we've taken the best of these, most of them in fact, and we've made one happy birthday, like a birthday essential set. Look, look, look. You can recognize them in the same size. And then we've got the Christmas essential set. So these two are also on the website. I think these are brilliant because they're the same as the stickers, except you don't block out. Of course not. You don't. You just stamp it straight into the over the top, and it's done. It jobs are good, isn't it? So you can see we've got one Christmas and one birthday, and you can combine them beautifully with the stickers too. So they're also going to be on the show at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So there you go. I've told you everything that we're going to do tomorrow, and yeah, so that'll be a pleasant hour. We're just going to do the 1 hour because we really do have a lot of prep to do for next week. Sunday we set up, and Gilly and I, we have to go and sort out all the lunches. So we get everything ready and get that all in the fridge and in the kitchen ready for Monday. The guys get the van and they take everything to the hall in Ditton on Sunday morning. So about 5 people are setting up because we have a little shop there. So they set up the shop and all the tables. Paul's in charge of all that. So then Gilly and I will join them. Then we'll put everything together ready for Monday morning, and then we welcome our guests. And the next couple of days, well, I'm getting the acrylic paint out, and I've told you this is going to be specifically about how to get into grips with acrylic paint and how brilliant it is, because a lot of us, we're not acrylic paint experts. We're ink pad experts, but we don't really venture into the paint side of things. So I think it's about time we did, because it's an amazing medium. And if we're going to go down the mixed media route with the jelly plate, then we definitely want to do that. So day one, I've got some really, really nice projects lined up. New, you know, like something different. So on day one, on Monday, we're going to stick with the acrylic paint and just have some guided play. Let's call it that. And then on day two, out comes the jelly plate. Yeah, so we're going to work with the jelly plate. Just small, bite size, confidence builder. So we'll do that on the second day. And then on Wednesday, then our first group of friends go home, and our second group of friends arrive. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, we roll the dice again and we go again. And then on Friday, we have a day off and we rejig the room ready for Linda and her parching friends. And then all the parchers turn up. And then all weekend, it's a groovy weekend with Pergamano and Linda Williams, and that'll be exciting. Louise is going to be helping her. Paul, I should be dropping in and out. I'll be fit to drop by then, though. So, but that's okay. The parching experts are in the building at that point, and I should just be there to keep you company. Yeah, so that'll be fun. But what it means is next week there'll be no SHAC on Monday. I think Louise is going to do Groovy Tuesday though at 10 o'clock. So she's back from her holiday. So do come and say hello to her. And then we're kind of out the building all week. So Dave will be holding the fort at work, and we're over in Ditton. If you fancy joining us, please let us know soon, and place your bets and reserve your place tomorrow, please. If you're going to join us, if you've been sitting on the fence thinking, shall I, shan't I, tell us by tomorrow, because we're still packing the van and we can always pack for one or two more. No problem. Okay. So I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, and that's about it really today. I've got to get my hair cut. I cut my own fringe this morning. Not so smart. My darling friend Karen, she lost her dad, and so she's going through it a bit at the moment. And so I love her dearly, and I'll just wait. When she's ready, she'll cut my hair. Till then, I'll tie it up and trim my own fringe. She's going to say, "You trimmed your own fringe. What were you thinking?" It was hanging in my eyes, I say. Yeah, probably, but I don't want to badger her, you know. She's got things on her mind, and I know how it is. So I remember when I was in hospital after my dad died, she came to see me and sort my hair out, because I'd been there about 10 days, and you know when your hair needs washing, and I hadn't washed my hair or anything, and I remember her Bolden coming in through the room, and she had carrier bags she didn't know what she was walking into, so she brought the water, the bowls, the sink, the shampoo, the hairdryer, the works. How she dragged it up to the top floor, I'll never know. All the way up to the respiratory ward. Bless that woman. Yeah, you don't need many friends, you just need a couple like Karen. Right. Will these new stamps be at the retreat shop? Mum Ken wants to know. Yes. But you do need to order your custom stamps online. We can't make them. Those are an online order, Ken. Okay? You look great considering you mentally cut your own hair. I'm shocked. I know. Desperate measures, Grace. I'm thinking I might do something up here. It's either that or tie it. You see a lot of blokes with little ponytails like that, don't you? I know it looks ridiculous, but that might be an option until Karen's back in the saddle. Right, that's it. She's starting to waffle now. Anyway, listen, friends, I'm going to love you and leave you. It's too hot to do anything else. It's a chance to say to everyone in the retreat, have a wonderful time. We will, Lillian. We will. Guaranteed. There'll be lots to tell you. Yeah. I hope that you're not too warm. I hope that you're staying in the shade, drinking lots of water. Big shout out to Grace again. Huge congrats, my dear. Yeah, well deserved. And other than that, I want to love you and leave you. See you in the on Clarity TV with Paul at 10 o'clock in the morning. And other than that, I cut my fringe at least once between hairdresser visits. She hasn't told me off yet. There you go. How's that? Look, it's still quite long. Well, it still can't see anything. What's the name of that woman with the black fringe? The black hair. She's on everything. She's always on the chat shows. And she has her fringe down there. Claudia someone or other. Claudia something. And you think, how can she must have issues, because you can't see anything when your hair's like that, can you? Hey? What's her name? Claudia Winkleman. I know. It's the thing. I like her, but I'm not sure about her fringe, her bangs. And on that happy note, I'm going to love you and leave you. See you tomorrow on Clarity TV. Don't forget to look for us then. Have a lovely evening. Love you, Grace. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.